Hey YouTube, JCN Media here with a review of Maker's Mark, which happens to be my favorite bourbon of all time, at least so far out of the ones I've tried. So this costs about $40, which is on the low end of the premium bourbon price scale in BC. It's 45% alcohol. As far as age goes, apparently the age on these varies. They sample the barrels barrel by barrel, and then depending on the taste of it, they'll decide if they want to release it or not. So depending on your bottle, you might have a few years difference in the age. What I like so much about this is the flavors that it has are basically a combination of everything that I like about bourbon amplified. Other bourbons I've tried really sort of do one or the other thing better, but I find this combines all of them. But it's not washed out either. It's not just sort of a mishmash of everything. All the flavors in it are really clear. So I find it has a really ashy, oaky, grain type taste. You can really taste the corn in it. That might feel or sound a little bit weird, but it's actually really good. Just really clear. It's kind of refreshing in a way, actually. The finish on it is sort of at least I find it's a combination of cinnamon and cherry taste. And what I like to do is I have this on the rocks, and as the ice melts down, it mixes in with the bourbon and kind of dilutes it and changes the flavor of it. Some people don't like doing that, especially for scotch, but I find I really like this in bourbon because your glass really changes as it goes down, and it makes each glass really interesting because from the top to the bottom you experience pretty much all of the different flavors in the bourbon. So I would highly recommend this. I know that Maker's Mark now has a premium version, or an even more premium version than this, called Maker's Mark 46. And I think the deal with that is I think they put it through an extra stage of aging in an oak barrel or something like that. I've heard pretty good reviews on it. I think it's about $10 more than the normal version. So I might try that eventually. I like the regular version so much that I don't know. It's such a sure shot that I would be. I'd really have to be feeling the 46 to go for that. One thing I always find amazing about Kentucky bourbon, and this one's no exception, is how dark they get the color of them. By law, for it to be considered a straight bourbon whiskey, it cannot have artificial coloring in it. You'll experience that a lot with scotch, especially lower end scotch. They'll put caramel coloring in it just to make it look more appetizing, but that can make the taste a little bit more bitter. But they're not allowed to put coloring in this, and it's still quite dark, which is pretty amazing. So yeah, overall, as far as value, taste, and presentation, I would have to say this is my favorite bourbon. So feel free to leave any comments, any questions, and see you later.